10 surprisingly high-paying jobs. At a certain age, we start to ask ourselves what we want to be when we grow up. As young kids, it's not strange that many of us want to be firefighters, cops, astronauts, or movie stars. Later on, we might think we have alternatives for success in life, like being the next big Silicon Valley startup genius or an outstanding professional graduate from one of the best universities in the world. In the middle, some plan to advance their family business so they can grow and evolve, or start a freelancing career in a well-known and respected field. Perhaps bored by traditional alternatives, you may want to know some different career paths that might offer you a decent income and an interesting challenge. If you felt dazed by the job market or are bored with your current job, or if you want to decide which career path to pursue before starting your grad studies, this is the video for you. Today at MindRead, we have a complete ranking of well-paid jobs that are completely unknown to most people, although they pay a handsome minimum of $50,000 a year and can go beyond 6 figures. So keep your mind open, because today you're gonna be surprised. Number 10. Crane operators. At the 10th spot in our list, we have a job that some of us might dream of as a kid. But even today, you might still be impressed by the cranes doing their work at construction sites. If any city in the world is growing, you look at them as signals of prosperity. However, not many people take seriously a career as a crane operator. It requires handling complex and dangerous machines with a very small margin for error. Don't get confused though, the people that are behind these machines might not need an Ivy League degree, but their work requires hardcore concentration and skills, and can pay a lot more than highly respected and admired jobs, with a considerably lower investment in training. More than half of job posts don't require more than an associate's degree with some work-related experience, but this job can pay more than $60,000 a year. Number 9. Gambling manager. At the 9th spot, far from the romantic view pictured in movies, the gambling manager can be a really exciting position to achieve. It requires grit, very good communication skills, and lots of concentration. In the movies, gambling managers are usually the bad guys. They take down the nice, smart guy that counts cards and send their bouncers to where they find someone doing fishy tricks. In real life, you need to do all of this and a lot more. Every detail of a gambling place should be efficiently and legally managed. However, someone has to rule the game, and if you're good at this, the house will win, always. For this villain lover's role, there's a handsome annual wage of $84,000 on average. Number 8. Technical writer. Perhaps you love writing and enjoy sharing complex ideas with others through precise and clear English. You might think that everybody can write. The thing is, some are good enough to get paid for it, even if they're not the next Stephen King or a Pulitzer aspirant. There is special magic behind expressing concepts, procedures, and guidelines in a clear, simple, and practical way. At the 8th spot, we have a career track that requires excellent writing skills with some technical knowledge that can equip you to work the magic and translate complex concepts and contents into easy-to-use guides, manuals, infographics, training materials, and the like. So, although job posts commonly ask for a bachelor's degree, this is a role that's usually underestimated before it's known how much income can be attained. On average, a technical writer can enjoy a nice wage of more than $76,000 a year. Number 7. Funeral home manager. It might seem a bit grim, but it's certainly one of the steadiest businesses in the world. There's a saying about this: there are only 2 things that are certain in life: death and taxes. So, in the 7th spot, we have funeral home manager. It's a managing role that shares some skills with other supervisory ones, yet in terms of education is less demanding than other careers. It's quite common to achieve this position with an associate's degree or vocational training with some specific business savvy. Managing the facilities of a funeral home requires very practical knowledge and a good balance of empathy and cold blood. So determining prices, merchandising, and operations coordination should sound like regular daily tasks, but the business environment in this case is quite a challenge. Perhaps not a lot of people are competing for this job, but good performers are having an average wage of roughly $95,000 a year. Number 6. Ethical hacker. Perhaps the unethical hackers are better known, but there are cybersecurity specialists that can use the same skills for a good purpose. At the 6th spot, we have the ethical hacker, a very well-trained expert that can identify potential threats, risks, and vulnerabilities in a computer system or a network, usually for a corporation or the government. With a bright outlook, ethical hackers are not just in high demand, their skills need to evolve as fast as their sneaky counterparts. The world is getting more and more connected, and mobile devices, such as smartphones and tablets, are nearly everywhere. Connected with the computers of autonomous cars, smart homes, and personal AI assistants, cybersecurity can be as critical for safety as law enforcement and firefighting are today. Currently, in very extreme and rare cases, ethical hackers can be agents in cyber warfare, taking active countermeasures against other hackers. For sure, there's no shortcut to this exciting and challenging career. Normally, job postings for these roles ask for a bachelor's degree, altogether with a couple of respected certifications in the cybersecurity industry. Perhaps that's the reason for an average annual wage of $100,000. Number 5. Nuclear Power Reactor Operator. At the 5th spot, it's impossible not to think about Homer Simpson when we talk about the nuclear power reactor operator job. He might be the most famous professional in this field, but we can be sure that it is a critical role, as the nightmares of the past have shown us in Chernobyl and Fukushima. Certainly we can't blame just the operators for these tragedies, but the role is a key part of the teams that plan, organize, and monitor the activities inside a nuclear plant. Moreover, the operator is responsible for identifying risks, responding to emergencies, and providing solutions to daunting scenarios that can affect millions of lives. Fortunately, most of the time it requires a good deal of technical knowledge and very careful planning and organization. And the companies that hire people for this job are less greedy and a lot more serious than Mr. Burns. However, in general, it doesn't require a college degree, and in most cases, it's acceptable to learn the skills through related work, complemented with vocational training or an associate's degree. Yet, when things get ugly, it's expected that the nuclear power reactor operator will do something better than running around like Homer. When you take this role seriously, it might be easier to understand why the average wage is around $100,000. Number 4. Golf ball diver. Although the job at the 4th spot today doesn't sound exciting at first, it's lucrative. When you think about scuba diving, you might imagine beautiful coral reefs and exotic places with colorful fish and exciting danger. But this job has nothing to do with that. There are lots of golf balls that go straight into ponds and lakes out of the golf courses. And it's well known that golf amateurs can make serious bloopers. To be fair, in challenging conditions, even pros can make a blooper or two and send a few golf balls to swim. The thing is that ponds and lakes are not necessarily as boring as we might think. In fact, they're often inhabited by poisonous snakes and alligators. So a golf ball diver would take a bag and retrieve around 70 pounds of golf balls from the bottom of ponds and lakes without getting hurt by any of the creatures inside. If you accept the challenge, you might receive a nice sum of $2,500 per dive, and that can add up to between $50,000 and $100,000 annually. Number 3. Astronomer. In the 3rd spot, we have an extraordinary job, although not as adventurous as others on this list. Astronomers require a lot of scientific training, and their field is one of the most demanding in the world. The universe doesn't sleep, and many of the tasks an astronomist can face are completely unknown until they appear. More than half of the job posts for astronomers require postdoctoral training, with more than 5 years of relevant experience. So, if you're great with math and physics and love to stare at stars and planets, why don't you aim higher? It might pay off since the average annual wage for astronomers is beyond $120,000, and the best paid can come home with more than $130,000 a year. Number 2. Plane Repo. At the 2nd spot, we have a job for the adrenaline junkies with a strong investigation skill set, a pilot license, team leadership, iron will, and grit. Everyone needs to pay the mortgage, and when they don't, we know what the banks do. But what happens when a businessman, a powerful drug dealer, or a farmer can't pay their planes? Well, the rightful owners hire a repo man or woman. Usually, the professionals in the business work in teams able to deal with violent situations or complementary pilot skills. In some cases, even the best single professional can't pilot all aircrafts at the level required. In short, this job is about legally stealing an aircraft and taking between 6% to 10% of the resale value of the property. Interested? Number 1. Stunt Actors. At the 1st spot in our list, we have the true heroes of action-packed movies and TV shows. Except for hardcore action icons such as Jackie Chan, Tom Cruise, and Arnold Schwarzenegger, Most action scenes are performed by extremely talented professionals that put their lives at risk to provide us with good entertainment. Stunt actors come from a variety of backgrounds, from acrobats to daredevils, but the best of them are very well trained, secure, and careful professionals. The skills required to be a stunt actor can vary widely depending on the role. For combat scenes, it's common to have a good martial arts training, choreographic prowess, acrobatics, parkour, weaponry, precision driving skills, among others. And these are not enough. They need to be combined with courage, emotional self-control, teamwork, and very good safety. It's not easy to work as a stunt actor. You need to be a union member of the Screen Actors Guild or the American Federation of TV and Radio Artists just to be able to apply for a job post. Additionally, a stunt actor would be trained at a specialized school through a series of short courses that can cost between $3,000 and $5,000 each. Yet the investment can pay off quickly. On average, stunt actors can have a pretty decent income of $70,000 a year, but the best ones can make up to $250,000 annually. After watching all these incredible jobs, have you liked any of them? Which one's your favorite? Leave a comment below to let us know, and if you have friends that are looking for fresh career ideas, make sure to share this video with them. Thanks for watching Mind Read, and we'll see you next time.